I spoke to Arcadia, I think like Tuesday or Wednesday. I actually don't remember at this point.
Yeah.
And it was specifically in relation to, you're an investigator, right? And there's a bunch of shit that's been going on in the last week, some of which is pretty obvious from a public perspective, whether it's like seeing helicopters, whether it's like the tweets coming out, whether there's now rumors circulating. Well, they're not rumors at this point, about Barrick having been tortured and kidnapped. There's this tweet by some fucking faceless guy going around. There's a lot of shit going down, right? But
yeah,
the thing is that the public has zero communication going to them. And I had asked the justice, is there something that can be watered down in moments like this, or over the past, what's been going on over the past week, so that rumors do not become the standard that the civilians run off of? You get what I'm saying? And
yeah, I think we can definitely sort something out.
Beautiful. She told me to speak to you about it. And I would like that to be kind of like a standard for things. And I'm sure you understand why, right? Like, it doesn't need to be details, just like things like, hey, some shit is going down, like, don't be alarmed or whatever it is. So there's not like, you know, I don't know. You know, things can go bad when there's not like a message.
No, I agree. I do agree. I'll say it this way: myself and Craig Barrett have just both been promoted, so things should get moving with the marshals. And I think one of the things I'll push is for like press conferences and that kind of thing for big stuff like this.
Love it.
Yeah, we can make announcements like that. But until that gets all sorted, for now, I'll write up something. And we'll get a good way of dispersing that to the public.
Okay.
And I'll get with Craig and we'll figure something out that's watered down, but gives enough information to keep people, in the loop.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah, that is perfect. I think. Okay. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, perfect. I'll send that over your way. Or maybe we'll just do a state announcement through the justices. Either way. I'll send it over to you directly once we've got it all kind of locked in.
Easy. That is perfect.
Right. Anything else I can help you with, Mr. Mayor?
I think I spoke to you already about. I think we already spoke, right, about the explosion and all that. I don't remember at this point. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we spoke about that.
All right. Cool.
So I'm aware this, that whole thing is all kind of related. Keep you in the loop with the whole helicopters and everything. So it's all tied in somehow.
Okay.
On that, I'm sure you do recall when you were shot up at the court center.
Yes.
Do you recall who was involved?
Not really. So the interaction that I had at the court center was like, I don't think I have spoken to a bigger baboon or set of baboon. One of them was quiet, but the guy that I was speaking to was a bit of a baboon. I have like some suspicions on who it is, and that is because so I'm gonna give you the timeline. I was at the court center, as I normally am. I like to hold meetings there, etc., etc. And I was approached by two individuals, one who remained rather silent, the second individual whom I couldn't really recognize. And he was talking about like government this and government that and like half crook this and half crook that, just a bunch of like just ramblings. And he asked me some things. I was pretty honest about it, just transparent about what I do, etc. And he just kept saying like, I don't know if you're comfortable with the word, but I'm just gonna say just very dumb shit, right? Like dumb responses, like it was like two-head responses, like they didn't make any sense. And eventually he got triggered for God knows what reason, pulled out a shotgun and started blasting. The police arrived shortly afterwards, and I believe it was Aspen Gray who first approached me, and I was pretty pissed, not at the police, but over the situation in general, because it was just so ridiculous. You know what I mean? like I expect getting shot, but I'd like to feel like I kind of deserve it. You know what I mean? Like it was
Sure, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I was they asked me like, hey, who was it? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I really don't want to talk right now because I would have just been talking emotionally. And I said, we'll chat later. But I have no idea. And they asked me a couple times, no idea. Following up with this, I did speak to law enforcement about it. I was approached by Carmine, for example, like a week and a half later, which in and of itself was a bit of a shit show because I want my own justice, right? And if this is like a bigger deal, it needs to be looked at. I'm the fucking head of, I'm the fucking mayor of the city. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I got approached by Carmine Costello. This is about a week and a half later. And I don't know why the fuck he was sent down, but it was by LSPD Command, Lieutenant Ruby York. And he says that we need to talk about the thing. And I'm like, okay, talk to me. And he alleges that it was Edgar, I don't know what his last name is, Castillo or De Castillo, something like that.
Yeah, De Castillo, yeah.
And he mentions that it was like, he didn't just say it straight up, like, but he heavily inferred it, right? Like there was, he pretty much said it was.
Sure. Yeah.
I approached Command about it, and I think he may have actually gotten in trouble because maybe he wasn't supposed to give me those names. And then there was no follow-up after that.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, of the names he mentioned, have you had problems with Edgar or Jay in the past or recently?
Jay, I have a pretty good relationship with, to be honest.
No Edgar though.
Edgar, I have very, very few interactions with. And that has been more recent than previous. There was a point in time where he did approach me. I want to say like way the fuck back. I mean, it might have even been like 4 or 5 months ago, where he was trying to infer that we were cousins. But, I don't really know too much about him. But of the few interactions that I had more recently, he does kind of come across as like he's drunk. You know what I mean? So
you think he's drunk?
No, like it's come across like he's drunk. You know what I mean? Or like on drugs, like a crackhead type shit.
Oh, I see.
So,
he's lost himself. All right.
Yeah. So like any conversations I've had with him recently, and I mean recently as in like maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It's been rather short, but not really productive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were they asking you about specifically? Was it anything? Was it just government rambling, or were they asking you about specific?
It's been a minute, so I speak to a lot of people every day. I just remember thinking to myself, this guy's a dumb fuck. I remember a long time back he was talking about like thinking that was a part of the Illuminati. So it's like shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, how did you arrange to meet up with these people?
Well, he contacted me first, like a long time ago, saying, "Hey, cousin, I'm in the yellow pages," you know.
Yeah, but I mean, sorry, I meant at the court center.
They approached me, and I like even to this day, I don't even know if it was them. The only reason I could think it was them is because of what Carmine told me.
Okay. So you didn't plan to meet up with anybody, and then you just come back?
So I'm usually very public that I'm at the court center, and people meet me all the time. If they know they want to run into me, court center is a good bet. So when they originally approached me the day of the court center, it looked like they were mostly passing through. But that's what I perceived. As to whether they were looking for me in particular, that might be another, I wouldn't know. And all right, I'll keep my eye on this and see if it develops from the PD side, and if not, I'll dig my nose and see if we can find it. Yeah. Okay. Easy.
All right. Cheers, Listen, we'll catch up soon. In more detail. I'd like to have a meeting, probably with me and Craig and you just to talk martial stuff.
Love it. What's your position now? You said you got promoted.
We're both field directors, which is, you know,
That's
there's
good.
a director and a field director. So it's command. And once everything settles, I imagine one of us will be the director. So.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. I think you and Barrett have been genuinely, you know, listen, you and I have had some moments, but like honestly, I think you and Barrett have been doing good work. It's what I would have. It's what I envision a marshal department being about. You know what I mean? Looking into big shit. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll catch up soon.
Yeah.
I'll speak to you then.
Okay. Easy. All right, Doc.
Cheers, you know,
you
bye-bye.
take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Oh, they're field directors. Honestly, I think that's good. Dark and him.
I think he's lying. I think I kind of caught him out on it a little bit when he had to come up with a story about why they were there. I think he probably met up with these people to talk about something. The conversation went bad and he got shot. Exactly what he was talking about, I want to know. But it's not the kind of thing I can just dig into without him lying. I'd rather have something, because at the end of the day, he's a victim here, but I need to know the info. And maybe once I'm in person, I might be like, because I don't want to leak nothing to Nino. This is the issue. I really don't. But I also need to be like, hey, these guys are involved in some shit.